Today's video will be good afternoon everyone. Today's video will be about aerobraking. So I will first explain what is aerobraking. Aerobraking is a maneuver performed by many spacecraft in order to slow down without the use of additional propellant. This instead uses the atmosphere as a natural brake. In a normal situation, we usually we fire in the retrograde direction, which means the direction against which we are going, to slow down our speed so that we can enter an orbit, or we can return back to Earth. But now, if there is less fuel, aerobraking comes in handy. For example, there is a spacecraft coming from Mars. It has 10% fuel left, and it is a heavy spacecraft. Now, with only 10% fuel left, it won't have enough fuel for putting the spacecraft in an orbit around Earth and then descending. So instead, now we will have to use aerobraking. What we have to do is that with the remaining fuel, we have to lower our trajectory. That means decrease our height from the surface of the Earth as much possible inside the atmosphere. So now, when the spacecraft will enter the atmosphere, it will naturally slow down due to the drag exerted by the air. Soyuz capsules, which come from ISS after their mission is completed, not only Soyuz capsules but even all spacecraft, whenever they are re-entering, they have to they do this maneuver very slightly. While re-entering, they have to reduce their speed from orbital velocity to a safe speed for landing. To do this, they use the atmosphere as a base. Even though the capsule starts burning due to the heat, the spacecraft still survives as it has a protective heat shield. So, just in case you don't have to directly land on the planet, then you will have to put it in an orbit around it. To do this, we have to just calculate our speed relative to what orbit we will be putting the spacecraft in. For this, you will have to do some calculations. Even I have not calculated it yet, but I just gave an idea. So today I will be showing this maneuver in SFS. So this is our spacecraft. This spacecraft was designed by the way. We will be putting this spacecraft in a 50 by 50 kilometer orbit, and then I will be demonstrating. So our speed is currently 100 meters. So now we are in a we are in an orbit measuring 404.1 kilometer by 335.5 kilometer with eccentricity 0.05. So now this is our spacecraft. Now I am going to show the principle of aerobraking. I have deployed the legs because they will uh, act as they will increase the drag so that it can reduce its speed much better. So now we will try to lower our orbit till about here. So I will show you. Now I will just turn off. Just a minute. We will do this will be our last maneuver. Are we progress? So 3, 2, 1. Editor Atharva Patil. Here actually what I did was I lowered the orbit, and this part is about when I adjusted the orbit such that it goes inside the atmosphere of the Earth for aerobraking. Thank you.
Yes, and I want to tell you something that he has made this video in part. And we are pausing it again and again
and playing different videos to make a
because we have video. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
That's the
idea. Okay, thank you.
Editor Adved.
Now I will just hide the user interface, and now we will 3, 2, 1. Okay. So we are moving through the atmosphere at a high speed. Now our speed is reducing, and as you can see, our orbit is also decreased. Our speed will be reducing greatly. Now we are not even at our lowest, so I think it will be able to go into a no. But when we reach about here, we will burn progress to move ourselves into a stable. So if you are doing this while you are coming from another country, what you have to do is, and if you are after coming near Earth, if you want to go into an orbit, then you will have to lower the orbit such that the speed does not decrease too much, nor remain high, to put in a stable orbit around. Thank you. Going out of the atmosphere now. We won't go into a perfect low Earth orbit as our speed is still high. So once we will do this maneuver once more, and that should be able to. Yes. So now we will be doing this once more, but now we have to increase our orbit a bit, because if we don't, then increase our raise our periapsis, then our speed will become too low. And I want to show, or else let's do full retrograde. So this will be our last maneuver, and it should be able to get us back to Earth. So 3, 2, 1. This should be enough. So now we will be jettisoning our fuel tank. Okay. So I was just pushing it a bit far. Now we will be, as we have parachutes, we will be seeing. So 3, 2, 1. Done. Now we have a risk of crashing with this orbital debris, so we will just move it. Luckily. Now we have to orient ourselves properly, and if it doesn't orient itself in the position we expected, we will have to close our landing. Now the orbit is getting lower. Where is our fuel tank? Let it be. So it will be able to put us to a trajectory back to Earth. So let's increase our drag. So as you can see, as it is not putting itself into that position, we will have to deploy our legs to increase the drag. Yes. So this see, as you can see, it reduced the drag very efficiently. Now I will just so our speed has reduced a lot, and as this doesn't exert so much drag, it still has a lot of speed. If we just switch to it, it is still 1586. So now we will try to turn to increase our drag. Yes. It will reduce our speed. Great. Yes. So now we just have to leave it. We can just leave it to the atmosphere, and the atmosphere will do the rest. So now I will deploy the parachute number 1. I didn't deploy the second parachute as it will make the spacecraft too slow, and the video will be then too long. So once it will reach 500 meters, I will just cut this chute, and then I will deploy the second one completely, so that it will land fast. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Yes, done. Now we just should not cut this parachute, or else okay. So that's basically the concept of aerobraking. It is really useful while during interplanetary missions. And I will just call Advait. Advait, देख वीडियो ने काहीतरी बोलली.
Not I'm absent for today. I can't record videos.
No, I am. I will just call Advait. Advait, देख वीडियो ने काहीतरी बोलली.
Not today. I'm absent for today. I can't record videos.
No, I am telling. मी तुला हे करा बोल काहीतरी बोल. I told you. Okay.
Yes, not yet. I will say some 100 comments in the next video.
Huh?
I will say 100 comments in the next video, but not now.
Okay. So our spacecraft has safely landed on the surface of the Earth, and that is it for today. Thank you for watching.